So we are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So it looks like Cardi B fans are still saying that Nicki Minaj is sabotaging Cardi B's rollout for her album coming out in September. A few weeks ago, a fan said Cardi teases outside snippet, Nicki starts beef with Shannon Sharp. Cardi releases outside, Nicki starts teasing a Make a Baby. Cardi released an album trailer, conspiracy start about Station Head. Cardi posts album since then is about Desiree. She's distracting y'all. And then they also commented Cardi trends all weekend thanks to SummerSlam. Nicki starts going off against Des, the football player. Y'all seeing the pattern now? So a lot of people, especially Cardi B fans, who are upset that Downside has flopped on the charts, are saying that Nicki Minaj is strategically going off on social media to distract people from Cardi B's album. Let me know if you guys believe that or not. I don't believe it. I think that they are not confident about what the album will do. And that's why they're saying this, because if the album flops, they're going to say, oh, well, it's because of Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was distracting the general public. I don't think the general public is as distracted as you may think, okay? Because at the end of the day, even though Cardi B has been going off and exposing certain people in the industry, do I feel like the general public really cares? No, I don't. She's been talking about Desiree for weeks. I don't see anybody really caring about that case. She's been talking about camel face paternity tests for weeks. And I don't really see the general public caring about that either on social media. Now, it was revealed that, X has a lot of bots, okay? The app that Elon took over has a lot of bots. But I think that is Elon's doing, okay? Trying to make the app hotter than it actually is. Because I barely use X as it is. So I think he's trying to make it hotter than it actually is. But the point of the matter is, Cardi B, nobody cares about her album. You can't blame Nicki Minaj. Let's be very clear. It's not highly anticipated as much as y'all think it was. At the end of the day, people are going back to talent. And if you're not talented, people are not going to tune in. Listen, Champagne Thickums dropped 2 songs. I think it was last week and a few weeks ago, and nobody's checking for those records. That has nothing to do with anything. Now, moving on to Riri, she is reportedly scheduling her London Comeback Stadium World Tour for 2026, according to Rolling Stone UK. Rihanna doing a tour? Oh my goodness, I'm going to this. I don't care what y'all say. I am going to support the Queen of Makeup, and I am going to the tour. I got to see this. I got to see Rihanna live. I definitely got to see Riri live. I got to see this happen. Now, my whole thing is, though, why only in London? Okay? I get a lot of artists, I've noticed this, they love the fans overseas. I think that a lot of these artists feel like America fans are haters because, Queen Bee went overseas and she brought out, I believe it was Purdue Chicken and Camel Face. She only brought out Destiny Child's like the last show. That was only for one show in America. And then on top of that, Kung Fu Kenny, he's having a time overseas. I'm watching clips and he's talking to the fans, signing stuff, doing a meet and greet. I feel like artists feel like fans in America are not really grateful, or they're a little bit of haters here in the U.S. versus overseas. Overseas, they feel like it's only love or something. It's kind of weird. Okay, but we going to see Rihanna when the stadium tour hits. We got to see Riri because I know it's going to be a good performance. I feel like it's going to be a decent performance, but I'm definitely going to get a few giggles out of this. Now, it looks like since Nicki Minaj won't take legal action, unfortunately, Devil Nation will. Des Bryant went live and he said he will be taking legal action against Nicki Minaj. But not only that, unfortunately, allegedly, Camel Face is also thinking about taking legal action against Nicki Minaj. And in regards to what will they be suing for, it will be defamation.
Are you hearing that? Yeah, man. Yeah, Nikki. We might gotta go step in front of the court of law, man. Yeah, Nicki Minaj. We might have to go. What'd you say? Cause I already know what I'm gonna do. Somebody told me I should sue. I'm gonna see what I can do. Like, yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna see what I can do. Cause at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna show how much I ain't bothered. I'm gonna show her how much stupid she looks. She looks dumb as hell.
Now, Des, you know damn well you are bothered. Okay, stop the cap. Stop lying. You definitely are bothered. But if you feel like you need to take Nicki Minaj to court, that's what you gotta do. My whole thing is, I don't know if you have a case. Because it was reported that you did beat your mother. Now, you saying that it didn't happen like that, that could be true, but that's not what it was reported. Nicki Minaj didn't really start that rumor. But, he still could take it to court if he can prove that he didn't put hands on his mother, even though he went to jail for it. So let me know how y'all feel about it. And allegedly, it's not just Des that want to give Nicki Minaj some lawsuits. So, she did offer him $10 million. Maybe she can just give him the $10 million without him fighting Kenny. Since she did offer that money, maybe she's going to have to use that for the lawsuit. Now, Des Bryant also said, I'm not in the sphere of people crashing out on the internet. I don't bother people. I never do. I was just posting about my son. I let the devil win that time. I apologize to the kids who follow me because I care about setting the right example more than you know. By the way, whenever people bring up my past, I want everybody to stop and think for 5 minutes. You can make it through anything if you put your mind to it, no matter how big the battle is. No excuses, okay? So that's what he said on X. Now, as we know, Megan and Dolce, they got a collaboration coming out. They finna try to set it off and make female rap popping again, because female rap low-key kind of falling off, no shade. But they gonna try to make sure that female rap gets put back on the map. But with that being said, Megan is also begging Kung Fu Kenny behind the scenes to do a collaboration, okay? Now, Kung Fu Kenny is currently on tour, so he's not doing any collaborations right now because he's focusing on the tour. But his tour ends, I believe, in December of 2025, where he officially will be done doing shows for the Grand National Tour. So Megan is willing to wait to 2026 to get that Kung Fu Kenny collaboration, and I would not be here for it. Okay, no shade to Megan Thee Stallion, but I feel as though you just don't do it for me when it comes to hip hop or female rap. You talk about the same thing. I feel like Kung Fu Kenny is more lyrical than you. Even Dolce can low-key out-rap Megan. Okay? But the problem is that Megan has sex appeal. So I think after the first week, people probably won't tune in as much. Don't matter who she collaborate with. Okay, she got to collaborate with the Sharps Us Racist Beyonce for people to really care. And, I think she can get another Beyonce collaboration, but the Sharps Us Racist ain't going to be collaborating with no Megan Thee Stallion. Now, moving on from that, it has been reported that fans are speculating that Queen Bee could be planning a drop on her birthday, September 4th. Her latest Levi's ad flashes at 9:04 p.m., the exact moment she appears on a motorcycle, possibly teasing a rock-inspired Act 3. Her birthday will also land on the typical weekly release night. So a lot of fans are saying that Queen Bee is finna drop another album just after she just recently got off tour. Now, I feel like it's too soon. Like, relax. Goodness gracious, didn't you just get off tour? Like, we don't need another Queen Bee album right now. I think she can wait till 2026. I feel like we don't need a Queen Bee album right now. You just got off a tour. Let other people drop music. Because once Beyonce drop, the only person that'll be able to compete is the Chart Sus Races. Everybody else is going to be dust. No shade. Nobody else is going to need to drop because it's just going to be about Queen Bee. But I think the Chart Sus Races is dropping also in September. So the Chart Sus Races definitely going number one. Queen Bee, I don't think you can beat the Chart Sus Races at all. Okay, for the number one spot. So I think you definitely need to wait. No shade. Now, moving on from that, Purdue Chicken Something Beautiful Deluxe and set to be released in mid-September. Everybody dropping in September. Goodness gracious. With that being said, Purdue Chicken's label is still discussing whether or not to release it. Allegedly, if they do not release it, she will still release a completely new album next year. No. Okay, Purdue Chicken, please sit down. I like Miley. You know, it's really no hate towards Miley, but you done fell off and it just hasn't been the same for you. Okay? You releasing around the same time as the Chart Sus Races and allegedly Queen Bee and Cardi B. That is a recipe for disaster. Didn't you only do like 40,000 or something like that for your last album, Something Ugly, that just dropped? Why would you sabotage yourself again and release a deluxe? This can't be the right information. Ain't no way that you would be slow enough to release another flop album back to back. It is giving Megan Thee Stallion. Megan does stuff like that when she dropped her Act 1 and Act 2. Purdue Chicken, you are a pop star. You're known worldwide. You was on Disney Channel. You should be moving a little bit smarter than this. I think it would be an absolute disaster for you to release a deluxe album. If your first album that you dropped earlier this year flopped, you don't get to release a deluxe. Okay? This even proves that Weeds, that the song you put out that you won a Grammy for, Weeds, that was all payola. Because how you dropped hella songs after Weeds and they all flop and then this album flop. That means you was getting payola the whole time. So Purdue Chicken, you know, I'll be honest with you. Please do not drop no more music. Just retire. You don't even tour. You don't even do shows, saying that you don't like doing shows and this and that. So then just pipe down, sit down, go back to doing Hannah Montana and call it a day. Okay? No more music for Purdue Chicken because it makes no sense. You don't got it like that no more. You fell off. Now, it has been reported that P. Diddy and his Harry Badussi will remain in jail. The judge rightfully rejected his bail yesterday and said even if the flight or danger requirement was satisfied, there are no exceptional reasons warranting a departure from what Congress has required. Okay? Absolutely. Thank you so much, Judge. He don't need to be out. Okay? He's just going to go back to his old ways. And unfortunately, bottom bussy, toilet seat, Carisha will be receiving 100,000 lashes because when it was announced that he beat his RICO and sex trafficking charges, she was the first one excited on social media. Ha ha, your sugar daddy will remain in jail. You will have to taste his piss later. Thank you, Jesus, okay? Ha ha, Gina. The boogeyman remains in jail. You would have to taste his piss later. Okay? None of y'all will be drinking piss this year unless it's by another billionaire. But you won't be drinking Diddy's piss because his ass is going to be in the clink rubbing on men's balls as he should be. We need to make sure all the pedos remain in jail. They don't need to be out and about, okay? So thank you so much, Judge, for making the right decision. Hopefully, you stay safe. Now, it has been revealed that there's a lot of good albums allegedly dropping this Friday. Now, there's been rumor that the GNX Deluxe album is dropping, which I definitely don't believe. Y'all can wish for that, but that's not gonna happen. Okay, Kung Fu Kenny gonna drop an album after Iceman, not before. That's how you play chess and not checkers. Okay, he gonna be responding to Champagne Thickums' terrible disses in his new album that's dropping. Jid, if you guys like Jid, I think he's okay. He's dropping Friday. Ray album, nobody cares. Bryson Tiller album is dropping. Okay, that might be a boppity bop. And then I don't even know who LaFay is, so we don't really care. But the point of the matter is that it could be a really good day for hip hop and R&B. And then also Gunna is releasing his album. Okay, so Gunna allegedly is dropping Friday, so we definitely gotta tune in and see who has the best release this month. Now, moving on from that, Tiffany Haddish and Harry Bussey Jason Lee will be receiving 500,000 lashes. They popped out, and I don't know who kid that they stole, but they are trying to pass it off as they had a child together. Okay? Now, Tiffany, I know you can't keep a man. Common dumped you for Jennifer Hudson. So I know that coochie is old, dried up, and worn out. But this is embarrassing. Okay? Out of all the gay men you could have had, a child with, you pick the messiest and the ugliest one? Like, really? That coochie must be tore up if you had to have a baby with ugly ass bottom bussy Messy Lee, the messiest bottom in Hollywood, and he's still not even bigger than Perez Hilton. As much gossip he done spilled into the world, he'll never be super mainstream, not gonna be an Oprah or Wendy Williams like he tries. And you had a baby with him? Why? Okay, how you go from Common to Messy Lee? Like, you couldn't even get Kevin Hart to give you some sperm? Didn't he help you get into the industry? That's embarrassing. You just a sad, low down, unfunny ass comedian and ugly ass woman. No shade to Tiffany, but it's not given. This was terrible. Okay? You guys got to give whoever child that is, give it back, because I just don't believe that y'all had a child together. This is a prank, right? But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Sydney Sweeney, Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson on Patreon. Link will be in the description. I hope you guys have a great day.